And then we're actually watching at your behest, Karl, because you're the one who's hosting the stream.
So before I hit start stream and start the movie for everyone at home, Lucas, why are we watching Jingle All The Way today?
Because it's the greatest movie of all time, Karl, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Greatest Christmas movie or greatest movie?
No, I'm joking. It's a very, all-right Christmas movie that I have just the most amount of nostalgia for.
Okay, and I guess we should all introduce ourselves before we hit start. So I'm Karl.
I'm Lucas.
I'm Nisha.
And I'm Brad.
Yes, and we all collectively known as those guys on the internet who run that fact fiend malarkey.
That's the official title,
It is,
indeed.
yes. And this will be going up on the Untitled side channel, yes?
Yeah.
Perfect. And I guess because I've got the stream up, so if anyone at home who wants to sync up this commentary track to your own copy of the film, like your VHS tape or your Disney Plus stream, get ready to hit play in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Actually, it's not started yet, has it?
Oh, yeah.
There we go, now it's started.
It's not working.
So, Nisha, if you'd like to describe what's on screen for the first few seconds, we can sync up.
It's the 20th Century Fox logo. Oh, it's just skipped a little bit ahead.
It skipped a little bit, yeah.
Oh, no.
I think it was just syncing all of ours up to Carl's. And the Fox logo is gone.
Yeah.
So, what is everybody's favourite Christmas movie then as this one gets started?
This.
This one, okay. So we know Lucas's is Jingle All The Way. Brad?
When I was a kid, it was the Santa Claus, but now I watch that.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, but
shit.
I watch it now and
I
it's
forgot
terrible.
right
She just gets
Oh,
on
this is so
already.
loud. 1 sec.
Turbo Man and Booster.
Jesus.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing,
all
though.
I can hear is it's turbo time. Not yet, but, in my head.
Did you ever want them to make like a Turbo Man short?
I wanted, a Turbo Man outfit, Karl.
Because I did do a little bit of research on this, and while you'd think this film was made to make a bunch of money, on the merchandise, because they could only have Arnold Schwarzenegger for 6 months, they didn't have any time to sort any merchandising out.
So what you're saying is they could only sell booster tops.
Basically, they made about 200,000 Turbo Man action figures, which are now massive collector's items. Because
I can imagine.
Yeah.
The question is, though, do they have, the secret collector's item of the knockoff Turbo Man that they sell?
That's defo the one that I'd want. So, have you got any clues, anyone, about what that scene there was inspired by? If you can't tell by, the primary coloured heroes.
Power Rangers?
I'm presuming Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes.
Yay.
And then any ideas about what the design of Turbo Man was inspired by? The guy wearing red and yellow with lightning bolts on him who goes really fast. Yeah. Oh my god, I just realised Booster wears a bikini.
I was thinking he would be an Iron Man allegory.
Nope. The look of him was based on Flash. Iron Man wasn't really a thing. This is 1996.
Radioactive Man.
Well, yeah, but the Iron Man TV show was around that time, right?
It was, but
I'm not saying it was a hugely popular TV show, but,
he could have been an influence, but according to my research, it was largely inspired by The Flash.
Mm-hmm.
What a shit superhero. You can just see his face.
Yeah.
His wife and kids must get shot at every day. So, who's going to be the first to comment on the fact this is Jake Lloyd, then?
I mean, I guess you.
We're going to have to comment on the fact that this is Jake Lloyd. It's pre-crisis Jake Lloyd. So is this before or after? No, this will be before, won't it? It's 1998, it's Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
God,
And, love or hate the kid, he was a child, and child actors are notoriously bad at acting, just like Jake Lloyd.
It kind of sucks, though. It went from, as you said, one of the best movies ever made, Turbo Man, to this.
So, it's a weird 90s trope where, every single, 90s Christmas movie is, dad has to be a real shit dad.
That's the thing, yeah. I always found this film, in later years, to be really mean-spirited.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is a really bad dad in this film. He tries to steal someone else's Christmas. That's what Homer Simpson does. But We were interrupted by Turbo Man. Nisha, what's your favourite Christmas movie?
Me and my mum make a habit of watching The Holiday every year.
Which one's that?
It's the one with Jack Black, Jude Law, Cameron Diaz, and Kate Winslet. And they
Oh, okay.
Kate Winslet puts her house on like a vacation, sort of swap houses for a vacation sort of thing. She lives in England and Cameron Diaz lives in LA, and they swap houses for Christmas because they're both dealing with issues and they just want to get away from things, so they swap houses for the season. And it's always a good watch.
In my mind, that movie's like the better Love Actually that no one really appreciates.
Yeah, I don't really watch Love Actually, to be fair.
It's a bit shit.
I don't rewatch Love Actually. I reread that great article breaking down how everyone in Love Actually is an arsehole. Including the director who made, like, Liam Neeson act as a dad who's, like, lost his wife after Liam Neeson's in real life wife died earlier that year.
Oh, shit.
And told Liam Neeson to use it when he was asking, like, oh, this scene's a bit heavy for me.
Oh, my God.
Also, introduction to maybe the most, like, creepy arsehole character of all time in a Christmas movie.
But that's he just, like, poo
Good old
down.
Ted.
Look at that! Just fucking all the neighbourhood moms.
So I only...
And he's annoyed that he can't get one of them.
Thing is, though, you got to respect the balls on a guy to hit on Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife. How much balls does it take? So
I only remember one scene from this film, and I'm sure you remember which scene it is.
Is it where he uppercuts the deer?
No.
Oh.
Maybe not then.
Is it,
Brad knows.
Is it the scene where, like, all of the balls get loose in the mall?
No. It's where he's on the phone to that guy. Where his wife's in the shower or something, and, you know...
And he's eating the cookies.
And
Oh, put that cookie down. We'll get to some Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes in a bit.
There are some choice
There
quotes
are,
from
yeah. It's surprising
Schwarzenegger
how many come from this. It's probably worth pointing out as well, that guy is played by the late, great Phil Hartman, a.k.a. Lionel Hutz, and Troy McClure. One of his rare live-action appearances. He was a character actor before this.
Oh. I wonder I recognise his voice.
Yeah, you can hear, like, a twinge of it.
It's like this is why his character's a villain. It's, look, I know I was breaking the law and endangering lives, but my shit's important. It's such a dick, and he never apologises.
No. Like, he's got, like, proper I am the protagonist of life vibes.
Yeah, I am the main... Like, that cop is the villain of this movie, and all he does is he wants to stop Arnold Schwarzenegger just breaking the law.
I mean, ACAB, but, you know, still, Arnold Schwarzenegger is, like, at the wrong ear.
He is, yeah. He's speeding down the shoulder. Like, what would happen if, like, I don't know, an emergency happened, he just barreled through a child like a fucking Tesla?
I mean, he's a smarmy prick.
Oh, yeah. But then again, wouldn't you be if someone was telling, look, I know I'm breaking the law, but fuck you.
But I'm more important than the law. I'm above the law because I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh no, look at Jake Lloyd.
The typical dad
sorry.
doesn't turn up.
Like, the thing is, it's a really weird trope because the guy was trying to earn money for them to have a good Christmas.
Yeah,
like,
it's... Christmas movies always fall into one of two camps. It's either, like, the nostalgia outweighs, like, the cynicism, or the cynicism outweighs the nostalgia as you get older. And this is one of the ones where I think me and Luke's fall on opposite ends, where as I watch it, I realise, like, this is a crap dad, but also, like, everyone's kind of a dick. It's like there's no one really to root for in this except for Sinbad, because he's just so put upon.
The thing is, like, I don't know what I'm rooting for in this movie, other than just, like, yeah, pure nostalgia, but, like, there's just so many memeable moments, fun moments in this movie that, like, I let it off for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger just gnawing on the scenery. Like, just the fact they have him playing, like, just a guy who sells mattresses, and they never comment the fact he's got an Austrian accent.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not that I'm rooting for anyone. It's that I'm not rooting for Ted the asshole. And I'm like, I'm so invested in Ted getting punched in the face that I want this movie to go through.
You can hear it, though. I'm guessing, Nisha, you can hear it now, pointed it out.
Yep.
You can hear that Lionel Hutz in there.
Yep.
That's the thing.
I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such films as
Such films.
Jingle All The Way.
Jingle All The Way. And Jingle All The Way, the DVD commentary. Love her. How can you tell our neighbour to do my job for me? Thing is, that is a legitimate excuse, though. Of like, I got a speeding ticket trying to make it there. I endangered my life trying to get there. And he's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got some Kinects. Can everyone see that Kinects? Who else had Kinects?
Oh, yeah.
I only ever used Kinects, like, in school, but I did always appreciate that it's, like, the engineer's Lego kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Not my car now.
I had a lot of Kinects.
That was one that had, like, little screws on it. That'd fall on the floor and, like, go into your dad's heel, and then he'd be like, get rid.
Yeah, Kinects doesn't hurt as much to step on as Lego.
We had the Kinects roller coaster.
What is that chair?
Oh, that's amazing.
The loop-de-loop.
Does anyone else think as well that Arnold Schwarzenegger could have walked through that door? Because this movie is so close to being like a cartoon.
Hmm.
I would never sleep with that fucking Hulk mask on the wall. Holy shit.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, like, it feels like...
No, but you got Captain America to protect you on your wall.
This feels like they designed the bedroom like, what do kids like? And they just went to the store and bought everything.
Mm-hmm.
Something about this what always stuck out to me, the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger is so massive, the belt designed for a kid fits around his head. Like, his head is almost as wide as his son's waist. He's massive.
Do you reckon he always misses his son's stuff because he's always at the gym?
Holy shit, that Captain America
Makes
thing.
sense.
I didn't notice that. That's huge.
The mural, yeah.
Yeah, that Captain America would freak me out. If you saw that at
Maybe
night.
it's foreshadowing. He stood in front of the superhero posing, and later on...
Yes.
I do miss, though, this era where they didn't have to give a fuck. Where they could just put, like, Marvel shit and DC shit in the same scene, because both companies are like, we don't care. I remember, like,
Is there any DC representation in this?
Well, I guess, like, the Flash thing, but I guess if you looked around his room, you might see, like, you might have, like, a Batman thing knocking about somewhere.
So all I've, like, noticed licensing-wise was Hulk and Captain America so far.
We can keep... I mean, like, the influences on the Turbo Man costume.
And that's maybe, like, a Cyclops figure in the front there, with the blue and the yellow.
It's like when you watch, like, the Raimi trilogy and they name drop Superman. It's like, you're not Superman, you know. It's like, wait, can we say that? Do we have to pay someone to say that?
Yeah. So
Could they say it differently, like Superman?
Superman.
Phil Superman.
It's spelled with, like, an OU instead. It's
Literally, I
fine.
was like Christmas shopping yesterday and I said Batman. So Batman. I was like, wait a minute.
Good old Bruce Butman.
God. Oh, can we just speak to as well? Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger has such an expressive face. It's really weird how he so seamlessly went from, like, action movies where he played, like, Conan and the Terminator to a comedic character, and he's so good in both because he's, like, simultaneously so expressive and then so stoic.
And then manages to, like, combine the two in Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah. Like, you can simultaneously... Like, that's the thing, he looks so welcoming here. It's like, Joe, like, big, friendly guy. Like, I want to give him a hug. Then you see him like the Terminator, and he's fucking terrifying.
I will say as well, like, that scene just demonstrates, like, I think this entire movie demonstrates how, like, just insidious marketing is for children of, like, oh, I want the Turbo Man action figure with this many articulated features. And
Hey, that's the thing, it does work.
it does.
I remember being a kid and doing this.
I think, like, have we all had a Turbo Man in our life where it was something that was, like, so popular for Christmas that we didn't get it, or it was hard to get? Because, like, I've told the story before about how I wasn't able to... My parents weren't able to get me a Wii for Christmas because the Wii was, like, ridiculous to get.
Yeah, for me it was the Action Man. Remember the blue car that Action Man had? That had the orange missiles that shot out the engine. It was that for me. Me and my brother wanted that.
How about you guys?
I can't think of anything that I wanted desperately. I got it because I remember the one Christmas I was so excited was when I got the Dog's Life game, and I managed to get it. I don't think it was a popular thing, but I wanted it so much that I was literally screaming Christmas morning.
Hell yeah. You are that kid who gets the N64. Oh, that's cereal. I want that cereal. Comes with booster bits. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No,
It comes with like booster bits.
I noticed that when Arnold Schwarzenegger walks down the stairs, the entire cabinet is shaking.
Watch him when he gets out of his car. Like his suspension visibly goes up and down when he gets into it. And he's got like a Jeep.
I think they do a really good job of selling that Turbo Man is an actual popular action figure in this world.
Yeah, like the fact that kid's obsessed with it and he has like all the toys. But he's not
all the different branding.
It's not like what they do in The Simpsons with like Krusty, where it's like the entire bedroom. Like the kid is clearly interested in a lot of things. Like he has Marvel bed sheets and like Hulk stuff on the wall and Power Rangers shit. But he also
he just fits in as if like Turbo Man is just another like comic book character or whatever.
Yeah, it's a flavour of the month that the kid just happens to be obsessed with. He's so much better in this than he's in Star Wars. Like, did he get a worse actor just as like a slightly older child?
No, he had George Lucas directing it.
Oh yeah, that's the point. Yeah,
like every actor got worse in that movie.
Never forget you had Sam Jackson be like, a Sith Lord? And this is the same guy who was like, yes, I shot him and yes, they deserve to die.
How do you just get a reindeer?
I guess if you call someone up.
He knows someone. He knows
Presume
someone. He
it's
knows
easier
someone.
in North America with like, deer about and shit.
Have you ever like touched a deer's horns as well? Look how fuzzy they look. Can you see them? They're so
Aren't they
fluffy.
fake? Surely they're fake,
It's
right?
a real reindeer.
Is it?
Yeah, this is a real It's a stunt reindeer.
That CGI tells me otherwise, Karl.
Those horns might be fake though, you're right.
They look too fuzzy.
Oh, what a name for Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Howitzer.
Just literally calling him like a human missile.
Such a creepy smile.
Yeah.
Here's one of those things as well where, as like an adult who's more cynical, when you're watching this scene where he's like, where are you going? How long are you going to be out? And then he immediately goes into his house to like try and bang his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, you don't read that, but as an adult, I'm like, hang on. Oh, did you see the reference Miracle on 34th Street in the back?
Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know if any of you leave your Christmas shopping late, but we're currently recording like, near Black Friday.
Oh, yes.
And I normally do a lot of shopping on Black Friday like many people do, but I'm literally stressed that I haven't done Christmas shopping by the end of November.
Yeah, I do all mine in one go.
And then you got people like this that are like, I'm going to do it on Christmas Eve.
That's what my stepdad does sometimes. He says he's going to wait till Christmas Eve, and then it's like, it stresses.
Yeah, thankfully, it's the only people I know who really care about Christmas. My little sister, like, she's like still young enough to still give a shit. Everyone else in my family is like, just send me a card. And my dad's like, send me a card. I don't care.
Shout out to Sinbad.
Yeah, he improvised almost all of his lines.
Like, I literally, I know Sinbad from Jingle All The Way, and one episode of It's Always Sunny where Dennis is hallucinating that he's trapped in a room with Sinbad.
He was popular in America. He's one of those things that never made it over here.
Right, yeah. He's a stand-up, right?
Yeah, stand-up comedy, and he was advised not to take this role because he's basically the villain alongside that police officer, and he just said, well, it's going to be obvious that my guy's just desperate.
Yeah, because he's like the down on his luck, like forced to be bad dad kind of vibes. Like, he's the likable villain.
But you can tell he's a stand-up just from these bits here, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger's like not known for his improvisational skills. You can see him just being like, "Are you still rolling?" It's just such a good rant.
God.
Well, I want to know if that woman was in on the bit. She just actually just like grabbed by the throat.
Oh, so we recently made a video about the Tickle Me Elmo craze. And again, in my research, I found out this movie coincided with that, but it wasn't inspired by it. It was actually inspired by a similar craze for Cabbage Patch dolls, which never again made it over here, really.
I like that's the thing is like I don't know Cabbage Patch Kids or Cabbage Patch dolls from like anything other than hearsay. Like
they're before our time.
Yeah, but I'm aware that they were like super popular.
Yeah. Does anyone recognise this actor?
He's the guy that's like a small role in everything.
It's Chris Parnell. It's his first role. Jerry from Rick and Morty.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah. It's his first ever role. It's his debut.
Also, that guy looks like Matt Hancock.
Just a bit. What I love about this, though, is how, like, again, the balls on someone to laugh in Arnold Schwarzenegger's face.
This entire movie just doesn't seem to want to admit that, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's this 6 foot something tall, like, 300-pound dude that could knock you out.
Now, you see it in, like, early seasons, they make him wear, like, this big baggy overcoat.
Yeah. Like, they always downplay how ridiculously buff Schwarzenegger is.
Except when he does this.
And fights the Big Show.
Yeah, it's the Big Show, innit? I forgot. But this is the thing, this is like a low-key, super stacked film if you're like one of those weird nerds who looks out for cameos. You know, Chris Parnell, Phil Hartman. Like Vern Troyer's in it as well, he's got a cameo later in the film. Fuck you, Booster. Yeah, I think you might be right, Lucas, that they it's Marvel that they got the rights to, because like every time you see like a
some other superhero, it seems
it's
to be
always
Marvel related. Yeah.
There was an X-Men one earlier. They've got like an entire line you can see there. Look,
like that is the question. Is that I don't know what product placement is like back in the day, but you know, for example, shooting in a toy store there where you can see 20 different toys in the background. I'm like, were they all fake? Were they all had to be paid for license wise? Like,
everything
crazy.
Needs, yeah. I've done some research on this in the past. Everything you see needs to be signed off on.
Yeah.
Like you can try and get away with it, but more often than not, it's not a good idea. Like speaking of Christmas movies, I think
normally
it's
like those
like Back to the Future or something like a popular Christmas movie.
Shooting movies that ask for forgiveness
like
later.
California
Raisin
Company,
like
where they asked them for
just
a
little shots there.
Oh, here we go. He's like the wall of toys. Yeah, they
like
had a homeless guy sleeping on the bench.
Either fake or license out just for that.
Yeah, and then what they did is they complained, so they had to remove it. Because they didn't agree with their like products being associated with that.
For a couple of seconds there.
Oh man, remember the phone book? Thing is though, is that a Terminator reference or is that just a 90s thing?
That's just a 90s thing,
yeah,
right?
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger looking through a fucking phone book. Because I feel like they maybe could have put more of a thing in there, him going up and doing that the thing. Would that have been a bit too on the nose?
Maybe.
Why does everybody laugh in his face?
Because he's shopping on Christmas Eve for like a week.
I've worked
For
in
an
retail.
Elmo.
You don't physically point and laugh at anyone.
No, do you know what it is? It's because look at how aggressive he's been. Like we said, he's got big I'm the main character energy here.
But like that would be all the reason to not laugh at that man's face when he's willing
Probably,
to like tear that in half.
It's like how often do you see like this story on Reddit from the point of view of like the cashier?
It's like I know what you're saying, Brad, but this is like obviously just a slightly heightened version of reality where apparently you'd laugh in a bodybuilder's face or anyone's face.
Oh my god!
There's Nisha's favourite bit.
Hey, Howard.
Look at him.
Oh no!
God,
Yes,
like,
this all went over my head as a kid.
Space man.
We all know that guy as well, don't we?
we all stopped talking to
Golden
that guy,
brown.
Karl.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And I don't even need to say the name of that person. We all know who it was.
We all mutually know the guy who's like, as you're about to leave, he's like, give me a hug.
It's like, oh god, like the oozing of just sexual predator vibes. It's like, no.
Here we go.
So horrible.
Here we go.
Okay. We need to be quiet for this next bit then.
We do.
Go on, Arnold, say it. Okay, so just quickly, what's everybody's not favourite, but the one Arnold quote they have that they can do? Because we're gonna have to all do one. 'Cause like, put that cookie down is like one of the most famous. Like, does anyone have another Arnold quote?
I mean, like, as you can tell from my love of this movie, that's always my go-to.
Because it's, I think for me, it's Total Recall, and it's just the Arnold like pain noises, like because just in my head, it's just that like, kill me, do it now. What about you, Brad? You been quite quiet here? You're gonna come in from off screen?
I was just going through the library of Schwarzenegger films I've seen. I can't remember any quotes that aren't the well-known ones.
Well, it must be one that you like or you can do. Because ask me, everyone has an Arnold Schwarzenegger quote that they like and can do.
Can't do like, get to the shopper now.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, there's so many good ones. Like, even just these classic ones that are just like more understated, like He'll Live as he shoots that guy in the knees.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the most quotable actors of all time, but just on the fact that like it was real easy to just give him in an action movie like a couple of cool lines and that's it.
Do you know, like, they started writing him into his career, and like he's talked about how they always try and give me the lines later on, and some of them just aren't great.
Yeah,
Oh god,
but he just commented on the fact
the good old Prindle stick. Like, I can't remember what that's from. I think it might be like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody or something. And it's like, oh look, the Prindle, and it's just like the gear stick.
Yeah.
That they have.
park reverse, drive neutral, whatever
did
it is.
anybody
Yeah.
watch Sixth Day?
Yes, I love
There's a
that film.
quote from that. I can't remember the exact line, but he says something along the lines of, like, he tells the guy that he should clone himself when he's alive instead of being dead. And the guy's like, why? And he goes, so you can go fuck yourself.
That's a really good fit. It was that weird streak Schwarzenegger had of being in like sci-fi movies. He was in like Total Recall, and then Sixth Day, and then there's another one. And I can't.
Running Man.
Yes,
Running Man was great.
he was in like this streak of just like classic sci-fi stories that just got adapted and put him in.
And how many of them are like? How many of Arnold's movies have had awful reboots or remakes?
How many of his
There was that Total Recall one that was horrible, wasn't there?
There is the second Kindergarten Cop movie, don't forget, starring Dolph Lundgren.
Oh my god, I didn't know about that. Yeah, this is one of the more memorable scenes of the movie for me, and I don't know why. It's the idea of him, like, chasing down these bouncy balls.
So
this is the kind you think you would have to do, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a zombie movie. They're all reaching their hands up. That guy's loving his role, isn't he?
This fucking Ticketmaster coming right in.
But I love that thing as well. They've been doubled. That's actually super reasonable given what scalpers do.
Yeah.
Like they're saying,
considering like PlayStation 5s were going for like $5,000.
This is like one of those other ridiculous things, like the fact that people overpower Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Like, it is so strange because they hire him and then make him act like he's just a normal dude.
Yeah, and this is why I think like the cynicism of like they were playing The Most Wonderful Time of the Year as it's like, you said, a zombie movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very cynical movie to watch back of just like, people like having fist fights.
Unless you're biting each other.
And I don't know why would they put fucking I forgot that.
Fucking pepper spraying him over a doll.
But that thing of like they released merchandise for this film. Like, did they realise the message of the film they were making? Like, the whole point of the film is that like it's not about the toy, it's about spending time with your family. And they made toys for it.
But like it's that weird thing, isn't it? Of, like they made a movie criticizing like the corporatization of Christmas and the action figures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you've got to make that dollar. Like they made an original character so that they can do this.
Yeah. So the amount of films that have just completely ignored their own message in favour of like making money. Fucking hell, it's a good bouncy ball. I want one of these. That's a great bouncy ball. I was always disappointed when you get those like super mega bouncy balls. Like it bounces, and you're like, you know, Isaac Newton's taught us like you can't get a bouncy ball that's going to bounce higher than when you throw it. But I always thought it might.
Yeah. At that point, you just give up.
At that point, like how many balls were just dropped on the floor that you could go back and grab?
Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know if you have ever like gone to a child's playground as an adult. But like when I was like 17, there was like, you know, at night an empty kids playground that we all went and messed about on, and you can't fit in any of it, obviously.
Yeah.
The idea that Arnold Schwarzenegger can get in any of these little play tunnels
is hilarious. Yeah. That'd be one. It's a friend of mine's got like a little son, and we take him to one of those big soft play areas, and they let the parents in, so like, you know, to look after the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like amazing, just like, you know, like just commando roll through one of those things. Oh no. COVID.
It's just the idea of like grabbing a child by the face and expecting anything but this to happen.
Like, just talk. Yeah. Like, talk to the mother of say, yeah.
Yeah.
How much fun do you think that was to film, though?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a pervert. It's like Jim Belushi coming in for the cameo. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. And just like, I genuinely do wonder how much of like a side hustle all of these Santa grottos have. I don't know whether it's just this movie implanting the idea in my head, but all I can think is like, yeah, they defo like siphon off the good gifts or some shit.
Well, I bet a lot of them, like, you know, it's either one of two things in media. It's either they're alcoholics or they legitimately love it. They like Miracle on 34th Street.
Like, you know, like bloody ex-convicts and stuff that can't get other jobs, but then other people are just like, no, I'm a big jolly old guy that can grow a magnificent beard.
It's my plan. If I live long enough and grow a good enough beard when I'm older, I'm going to be Santa. I'm going to ruin so many parents' like, Christmas by saying, yeah, everything you want, you can have.
My beard's got a few white hairs in it, and I can grow a good beard. It's a side hustle for me in like 40 years, if I think about it right.
No, not a side hustle. Just when your kids say, are you Santa? Say yes, and you are getting a PS7 for Christmas. Ruin everyone else's Christmas.
Seems like a perfectly friendly Lapland for me.
That's like the thing. It's the side of Christmas you never see, is it? Like the people who got to pick up all the pieces.
Well, I mean, these are scalpers, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're not even scalpers. Isn't it fake, the one they try and sell him?
Well, it's like a rip-off foreign version.
Thing is, I am a big fan of that. Like, Nisha, like, what is it, your fake knockoff Dragon Ball toys?
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me you won't want more of them.
But they're amazing.
That's what I meant earlier when, like, instead of an actual Turbo Man doll, I'd want this knockoff Turbo Man version.
You'd want,
where
like,
it's, like, in Spanish or whatever.
You'd want, like, Rapid Manuel.
Well, have you seen the one that Adam got for me from Lanzarote? The pop vinyl.
Oh, they're amazing, yeah.
The Vegeta Super Saiyan pop vinyl, which can change its
Vegeta.
face.
Vegeta.
Yeah. It hasn't even got a name. It just says Dragon Ball Mighty
Vegeto's
Monks.
a character, Karl.
Not Vegito.
Vegito. Like, my mum came back from Jamaica once and gave me, like, a Rastafarian Pikachu.
Yeah, I've got, like, my mate collects, like, knockoff Pokemon cards.
Mm.
And, like, the knockoff Pokemon card, he's got, like, a super ultra mega shiny like Caterpie that says Charizard on it. He's got like, I got to come back for that. I'm like, yeah, I was committing crimes.
And like this is the one scene where like they just address the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger could beat the crap out of most people. Even now. Like, he's still a tank of a man. It's that video from a few years ago, isn't there, where just a random fan, like, at a Comic-Con or whatever, just drop-kicked him in the back and he didn't flinch.
He thought someone was, like, aggressively patting him on the back.
Mm-hmm. This is legitimately, like, scalpers being like, well, we provide a surface.
Mexican Turbo Man. Just the rapid Hermano.
The multilingual version that isn't put together.
Oh.
See, if he'd thought about it, he could have taken that one home and give it to the kid, and then when it broke, gone, oh no, they must have given me a dodgy version. Don't worry, I'll take it back. Bought himself a few more days.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point. Could have been, oh no, the store ripped me off.
You know what? We'll get you a new one in the new year.
Yeah.
And we'll get you a booster.
I would have got him like 5 boosters.
Well, how many boosters do you think would make one Turbo Man?
At least 6. What's the booster to Turbo Man ratio?
What's the Dementor to Turbo Man ratio? Dementor doesn't even get a mention.
Yeah, but he's like the main villain. He's got boxes. That's the thing. They made them. Like, they built like a mythology for the show. Also, that wouldn't hurt.
What a shot.
Like, it's his beard. A beard, it must be like half.
The perfect pivot.
Because like,
I do love this one.
because my internet up here is quite temperamental. It's like some scenes keep going really slow and then others really fast. I can't tell if
Does
it's
it try to
actually
catch
part
up
of the
with the
film or
stream?
not.
That's the Burly Brawl.
Well, this is. We're just.
So it
God,
is.
that big show comes
It's
up.
the big show.
But who could we like cast to make Schwarzenegger look like a small man?
The fucking big show.
He does make him look tiny.
Well, he's like 7 foot tall, is the big show.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, his height has been like exaggerated over the years. I think he's about 6'2".
Yeah, I think he's like looks about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, it's Vern Troyer, the legend.
This is so brutal.
Like, he goes with like some fucking distance, doesn't he? That's what I mean. Would this film have been better if they leaned just ever so slightly more into it being cartoony?
I think so, yeah.
Like, do you know those like little bits where he's like punching a man 80 feet through the air?
Mm-hmm.
Would it have benefited
I think
from being
my favourite
just a
scenes
bit more
are the more
cartoony?
ridiculous scenes.
See, it seems like the film doesn't really know what it wants to be.
I still think it does a decent job at being like a heartfelt ending, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I think like the ending kind of sells you on the rest of the movie.
Mm-hmm. So it's almost like
But, yeah.
George of the Jungle. Like, Joe, it's like exaggerated version of that, but just not quite leaning into it hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Joe, in the scene where he's chasing the ball, like Arnold Schwarzenegger should be like jumping off of the edge of things. You know what I mean?
He just gets away with impersonating a cot. It's like a fucking toy.
Thing is, though, that probably would work if you said it with enough confidence. Because you don't need to fool them for very long. You just need to get out.
Yeah.
It's that whole thing, if you like walk somewhere and just act like you belong, you'll probably get away with it.
I think one of my favourite ones recently was, I can't remember exactly what food item it was, but two guys just tried to get into a festival by walking in confidently with like a bag of like burger buns or something. Was like, oh yeah, we're restocking the food truck. Can you let us in? And they were like, I guess so. And then just like, well, I think it might have been watermelons, maybe.
Yeah, it works.
Something ridiculous.
I've seen it
and they
plenty
just
of times.
walked in. And they're like, yeah, go restock, it's fine. And just walk in and like, there you go.
It's a great quote from Banksy. Like, asking him, how do you go out and just like paint something in a really public place? He says, just wear a fluorescent jacket. Ironically, a fluorescent jacket makes you fucking invisible.
It's so there was that like con man show on like it was like the Real Hustlers or something on BBC. Hustle. The Real Hustle, yeah, and all they did like nearly every time was just wear a fluorescent jacket and tell people to do something.
Yep.
Charming.
Like what's it? You get 2 Christmases. So you should
always love that of like, oh, the best way to like, tell your kid you're having a divorce. It's like, hey kid, how about instead of 1 Christmas, we have 2?
I've never got that thing as well. Like the kid's wearing his little hat, but then his ears are out. What an idiot.
You've got to use the phone. Oh, so the pen Ted.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't get... It doesn't look like that's an official, like, Turbo Man jacket.
Yeah, he's happy wearing knockoff stuff when it's clothes.
But it's like... It is, like, got the colour theme at least.
Turbo Man, like, sounds like a right knobhead.
No, it's like... That's like Sonic Says vibes, isn't it? They've all got to have, like, the advice for children to be good people.
But it's like, I don't need to hear that right now, son. I just got in a fist fight with the Big Show. I'm nursing my Big Show wounds. So how do you guys feel as well when you get older and you see stuff like this in films, and like now you're an adult and you realise how hard life actually is sometimes when kids act all shitty because they don't get stuff that they want?
Like, he's trying his best to get this Turbo Man for him, and the kid's just like, you never keep any promises.
Also, this is definitely on him because, like, he spent multiple months not getting the one thing his kid wanted.
I just mean like, in a general sense when you watch films like this.
Yeah.
And it's like you have like kids acting shitty because, like, a parent has to do something. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have to work late. It's like, oh, you always have to work late. It's like, yeah, because I need to pay for shit.
Yeah. It's like when I was saying, at the start of the movie, it's like, oh, he missed his kid's, like, getting the purple belt, but he was literally trying to like earn that last paycheck before Christmas.
It's also quite
to make
clear
sure
as
they
well,
can all have a good time. Like,
and it's also quite clear as well from that thing. Like, he's quite high up in the company, but he doesn't run it. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just leave in the middle of the day during the Christmas rush. Like, 'cause he'd be fucking over all the people he works with.
Yeah.
If you like change the perspective of the film from the people that he's working with, and that guy just left early. It's like, why? Because my kid's doing something on Christmas Eve. It's like everyone's kid's doing something on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like, you also have a commitment to your job. Go on, Sinbad.
I like Sinbad's character as well, of just like, well, I just don't want to be a awful dad like my kid was. I just want to get him the toy he wants. And he's like, just pushed to the extent of like, fucking bomb threats and shit. It's like he's a bad guy in the movie, but like he's got the right idea, but just going about it the wrong way.
Yeah. Like desperation will drive people to do a lot of things.
Mm. Including actually bombing people by accident.
Although he's just getting drunk as well. Like, he never takes the postman's uniform off.
But he's not on shift. I don't think. And if he is, he's doing an awful fucking job and he's about to get fired because he hasn't done his job all day.
But I do wonder, though, like, that must be one of those things where we mentioned like a fluorescent jacket. That guy could get anywhere.
Mm.
If you walk in anywhere dressed like a postman, I'd let a postman in my front door and use my toilet. I won't question it because he's a postman.
I don't think I'd do that. I think I'd be like, no, go to someone else's house.
Because, like, obviously postmen in cities have, like, those really, like, protected keys, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's, like, illegal to get them, like, lost. Because they ostensibly act as a front door key to, like, every building in the city.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I like how he draws the thing there of like, I never got the toy. It's not that is the kid next door had a rich dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really awful message in it of like, if you don't get the toy you want, you'll end up as a drunk like nobody. It's like, no, it's because just that kid had rich parents, so he had more opportunities.
No, Karl, no. If your parents don't buy you everything you want as a kid, you'll end up as a degenerate drunk.
I can't guess what the fuck you on about. Does anyone else like do this song as well to remember all of Santa's reindeer?
Yeah, but I still forget.
Yeah.
I do the song, but I still forget the names.
That must hurt so much.
Who can be the first out of the Fat Fiend crew to name all of them?
Go on, Brad, you've been quiet. Give us all of like all the
Dasher,
reindeer.
Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, Rudolph.
Does Rudolph count, you think?
Usually I say Rudolph because if you do that to somebody, they all go, "If you miss Rudolph, though."
In the question, he asked for the 8, but yeah, you're right. Like, there would be pedantic people being like, well, Rudolph's the 9th reindeer. He's the one that leads the sleigh.
No, it's not the traditional reindeer, though. Because the traditional ones are based on the old from St. Nick. And I like that Donner and Blitzen. The original names was Donder and Blixhelm, which is thunder and lightning. And they were supposed to lead the sleigh. And I think how metal does Santa sound when he's got a sleigh led by thunder and lightning?
It's basically Thor.
Yeah.
Thor is Santa.
The idea
do you know what that
he's
is?
jettison mail.
Do you know what that is right there? That's a mailman. That's a guy who's not paid enough. Because I feel that's a story you get like every like couple of months. It's just like, we found like 8 tons of mail in a postman's house. There was a story a couple of years back where a postman was so embarrassed that he couldn't read very well that he just dumped bags of mail in like a landfill and no one found out for like a decade.
That's the head teacher from Sabrina, isn't it?
Yeah. My mum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like this. I just said, Karl, like, weirdly got a good amount of notable actors in this movie.
Like, they're not like notable, they're just like that guy.
Well, like, you know, notable to the point where you'd recognise them.
I think that's the term. It's like that guy, where you look at them and go, "Hey, it's that guy." You might not remember their name, but you'll know them from something. Like, you know, the Chris Parnell, the Martin Moles. Maybe not Sinbad.
Yeah, I
He's
spend
like the main character.
But obviously,
a lot
like,
of films that I watch, I'll spend like half of it saying, like, googling these actors, like, where do I know them from? Where do I know them from?
that is why, like, the Amazon feature is like the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, just the what's it called, the X-ray.
Yeah, and it'll just come up like, oh well, this is where the actor's from, because every scene you're like, movie like this, you're like, oh, where do I recognise that person from?
It's worse though when you go look at like their IMDb profile photos, and they're like, obviously that's like the really good headshot they use for everything, but it looks nothing like them in real life.
Yeah.
The one that kept throwing me off is when I was watching The Boys, and Kimiko, Karen Fukuhara.
Karen Fukuhara.
Yeah, because she's like a model in real life and a voice actress. Like her profile picture when it comes up is like this, just like she looks amazing, but it doesn't look like Kimiko. It's just like on screen ripping people apart with her bare hands, and then like a profile photo is just like looks like the back of a book. So there's like author portraits.
Like the black and white traditional headshot. Yeah.
I love this gambit as well. Because the thing is, it's a hell of a gambit that he has, isn't it? Of every day bombs get sent to them out, I just kept one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a really bold gambit, I feel.
But I feel like this is not his first rodeo.
Yeah, how many times do you think he uses that to get, like, front of queue in Subway? Do you think this fist fight went out live over the radio as well?
Yeah, maybe. Or was he just playing a song? He turned his audio track down. Like, this is proper fine print material right here.
The thing is, though, that's a decent present. Like, that's like, if you tell your kid, look, son, I couldn't get you one. You will get one eventually. I got you something else. We're going to have a nice day together. And then in the new year, we'll go to the store and get you a Turbo Man. That'd be fine. The kid would be a bit disappointed on the day.
I mean, would it be fine to this snotty kid, though?
Yeah, I guess to a kid being this shitty.
Yeah. Like, Arnie just ran so fast that he, didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
I feel like now
also,
that I feel like the thing is now, I'm older, I'm not as bothered about presents and stuff. I just appreciate spending time with family.
Of course, yeah.
It's just, I'm just like to my friends who are like, oh, I don't know what to get for Christmas, or I don't know what to get you for Christmas. I'm like, don't worry, just see me beforehand and we'll have a nice evening together.
Yeah, can I just point out as well that every cop in that scene had their finger on the trigger?
I saw
look, he's got his finger on the trigger there
recently.
Obviously, it's just the actors don't really know, but that's really uncomfortable to watch when earlier in the film, Sinbad is talking about Rodney King.
Well, there was some photo that went round maybe last month or something on the internet where it was like, oh my god, people in Europe don't even know how to use guns, and it was an armed guard with using actual protocol of not keeping the finger on the trigger.
Oh, trigger discipline,
trigger discipline, thank you. And it was just lol, they don't even know how to use guns over here, as in an American's just they don't know to keep their finger on the trigger. It's that's not what you're meant to do, though.
Yeah, it's just something I noticed there on that scene. Literally every cop had their fingers on the trigger, which is really scary when you think about imagine being in that situation. You can see 14 nervous police officers with their finger on the trigger.
Dead.
This is where the George of the Jungle thing comes in again of no one ever gets hurt, they just get really big boo-boos.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's just been more of this.
None of the other cops are even harmed at all. It's just that one cop who says he was in a bomb squad and then just shakes it and blows himself up.
I do respect that though a little bit. Of picking up something someone said in a bomb and giving it a shake. Do you ever hear that amazing quote from someone who works on a bomb squad of how do you not be more nervous disarming a bomb? And they just say really matter-of-factly, well, I either know that I'm right or that it's not going to be my problem anymore. It's you kind of have to respect that approach, isn't it? It's I'm either right that I've disarmed it or just I'm not going to be around.
I'm not going to have to worry about it.
Yeah, because, my ass and my elbows are going to be 3 miles apart. Also, what do you guys think about this thing? Of people in movies getting ready for Christmas Day on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, what's the
It's
point?
bizarre to me. Like,
Yeah, like you'll see, like it's like in Friends and stuff when they have Christmas episodes. Like on Christmas Eve, they'll put their tree up.
There is literally
Like,
no
so is it
point.
up for is it up for like one day?
I don't know if that's like a film thing or if that's like maybe people can let us know in the comments. Is that
Yeah.
like more of an American thing? Like, but I don't know about you guys, but like, you know, December 1st,
Yeah,
they
tree
go
up.
up.
I think Adam wants to put our tree up earlier, and I'm just like, no.
Get your money's worth. Yeah, it's December 1st in my household. I don't put Christmas decks up in my my flat, but my mum is like full on day one. Like, you know, December 1st, Christmas decks up. Like her house looks like just Santa's grotto for the entirety of the month. But then like January 1st, it's all gone. It just disappears overnight.
And it looks so like depressing and bare on January 1st. When everything's been taken down, it just looks so sad.
And you just see like the remnants of tinsel just on the floor. You got to hoover up the bits of tinsel that are like, look at that tree.
All the presents like perfectly wrapped with ribbons and stuff. My presents never look like that.
Oh, I wrap mine
I hate
in
the
like
fact they've got Turbo Man wrapping paper. Like, I will give them props for just going all out on the Turbo Manning of this movie.
yeah. Also like the colour theming as well. That everyone's dressed in Christmas colours.
Hmm.
You know, like Phil Hartman is wearing like green and red for pretty much the entirety of the film.
Say what you want about Howard, but he's at least a decent
Not
dad.
sure.
Yeah, it makes it like kind of like a
Yeah.
timeless in a way.
They do make that point though of like he was only a good dad since the divorce.
Yeah, he's trying to make up for it, sort of thing.
And like implying that maybe he's only being a good dad in quotes because he's trying to keep up appearances to make all the women want him.
And that's like, you know, the cynical aspect coming up is we're all adults now.
But it's not very cynical when he's like, you know, hitting actively on every woman in the street. That they make it very overt that he's a creep.
Hey, you know what? He's single. He's single now, so he's trying to just plow his way through Tinder.
He's swiping right on
Oh my
everyone.
god!
Oh my God.
That's a terrifying face. I give props to like the character though that they let him get at least, I guess, what, 4 foot before he realizes like this is a dick move.
Yeah.
So this is a rough one though, isn't it? Like it's like he burns the guy's house down.
No.
Well, I mean, he rectifies it, doesn't he? Like, he just saves the situation and he doesn't let the entire house burn down.
I feel like that makes it worse, what he does here. Like, he's spreading the flames.
What was his plan?
Just to burn the children. Whatever his plan is, it does stop, you know, the tree from lighting on fire and burning the entire house down.
I'll admit that's a very poor look, isn't it?
It
Then
is.
again, how easy would it be for Arnold Schwarzenegger to be like, well, you're in my house all the time?
I mean, it would be quite easy at this point. Like, not saying that you should lie, but just be like, oh, I saw the reindeer broke into the house or something.
I was following it in and it was trying to wreck all the presents. Like, there's a very, it's not going to be that believable, but how much more believable is it? Or is it equally as unbelievable as I broke into the house to steal it?
Yeah.
Do you know the question I always have when I watch these films as well? It's like, what the fuck does the mum do?
Well, like,
Do you have these things?
You've got to remember, Carl, this was back in the day where, like, a couple could have one person earning an
a
income.
living wage, yeah. Like, she's giving
Yeah.
him shit for this. It's like, clearly Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's just very overworked and tired.
I also just realised about 15 minutes ago I said Howard instead of Ted.
Shout out to, like, I've had enough of this shit today. Just
Just punches
uppercut on a reindeer.
Fuck
Oh
Christmas.
my God.
Imagine having the strength to like knock out a reindeer in one.
It's not even knocked out. It's just like, it's reconsidering its life choices, like its reindeer life. Getting the deer drunk.
Respect. It's not attacking him anymore.
Yeah. What a warrior. So apparently, like, the deer... So again, I did a bit of research on this. Like, the deer was drinking actual beer. It's a thing they do sometimes. They just give them beer.
It's like, I went to the pet store recently, and they have, like, dog beer that's non-alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't like Prosecco or something, isn't it?
I can't remember.
There is Prosecco. I've seen that before.
At what point do you decide, like, I need to give my dog the ability to pretend to be drinking alcohol?
It feels like a gag gift. It's like cat wine. It doesn't feel like something people actually do. It's like a gag thing you do once. Like, you put it in someone's stocking as a stocking stuffer, and they maybe use it once, they don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's clearly shot in like fucking spring.
Well, like, I don't know. Like, in America, Macy's Day Parade, you'd get away with saying it looks like this, right?
I guess.
So it's clearly what this definitely isn't.
Force.
Yeah, I just got that. Gale
It's like
Force.
Gale Weathers, isn't it? In Scream.
Yeah. Can you imagine listening to the radio about a fucking parade? It's like, and here comes something. It's like, what can you possibly... It's like when I once got in my dad's car and he was listening to snooker on the radio.
Wow.
I was like, what are you possibly getting out of this?
Well, they've parted another ball. But thanks.
At least football's like frenetic moment to moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, snooker's so boring. Unless it's someone who loves snooker.
Apart from that one dude that keeps getting like told off for showing off.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, the 90s when you just let kids out of the car. Oh, yeah. I want to...
That was so creepy.
The thing is, like, he's...
The sleaze.
Oh, Bert and Ernie! And Sonic!
Sonic!
I see Sonic right there.
The fucking... Oh my god, they even have the robo punchers. Oh, god damn it.
Oh, the tick.
The tick. At least Paddington is still relevant.
And Paddington will always be relevant. There's a Cabbage Patch Kid, look.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine how bad this film would be, like this moment, if they didn't have the rights to all these things and they were just like fucking goobers?
Oh, yeah, Cat in the Hat.
Oh, yeah. A little kid high-fiving that Cat in the Hat's there.
God, yeah.
My favourite.
There's all those cool characters. Imagine if you were the bauble.
Imagine being Booster. Who wants to be Booster in that moment? Oh, here we go.
Especially in that suit. It must be sweaty in that Booster costume.
It's time.
Removing the entire point of eggnog. Yeah, I don't know anyone that likes the taste of eggnog.
I've never had it.
Me neither.
It's way more of an American thing, isn't it?
Yeah, never really had it.
I'm surprised it said Teddy.
Teddy.
Come cuddle, Teddy.
Oh, he's trying. See, we all know this guy. Thing is, we all know this guy, and we all know that move doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I say it works one time out of like every 80 with someone who's like emotionally vulnerable. Don't try it, guys.
Oh no, it's so creepy. His eyes.
It's also that thing as well, if you have to say you're an eligible bachelor, you're
He's
probably
not. He's
not.
a very eligible bachelor.
Is the nice guy trope.
He is like the ultimate nice guy, isn't he?
So look, I'm so nice to you. Like, put out. So I know you and your husband had one minor disagreement, so that means clearly your marriage is over, right?
And this is the moment where, like, the Terminator pulls out a shotgun and just blows him away.
That's the thing, like that poor cop. Like, that's like burning hot coffee in his eyes.
Yeah, but it's fine, because he walked away from a bomb blowing up in his face.
The thing is, the first
Karl.
time that cop saw him, he
He's
pulled him
got
over,
plot
so he's
armor.
got his details.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows where he lives.
He's making it worse by running away.
Right, the aftermath to this film is Arnold Schwarzenegger going to jail.
Well, for, like, not only, like, you know, pissing off this cop and hurting him, but also endangering everyone at the parade by stealing that Turbo Man
And just making like a fake bomb threat. Like, people go to jail for
He
that.
didn't make the bomb threat, though.
Well, he was there when it happened. Like, if that cop
But
wanted
Sinbad
to...
made the
It was
bomb
also a
threat.
real
That cop
bomb.
could
Like,
easily
Sinbad's
argue.
going to be his, like...
Like, let's not gloss
It's
over
like
that it was an
self-partner.
actual bomb.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because people were wondering, like, do you get in trouble for, like, calling a fake bomb threat? You absolutely do. You also, but, like, you probably get in just a little bit more trouble for calling a bomb threat that is real. Because last time I checked, police officers don't respond well when people, like, put bombs near them.
Like, do you think at any point he'd be like, I'm not the guy?
Then again, like, we're looking for a guy, 6'2", built like a brick shithouse.
No, I mean, like, Arnie.
Mm-hmm.
It's always that.
Please, I am not prepared
It's
for
always
this.
that trope in films, isn't it? When you're trying to explain a situation and people just keep like interrupting you and you can't say, I'm not that person, because no one listens to you. It's like,
They just
that
get
doesn't happen in
railroaded.
real life. You're just like, yeah, I'm not the
believe
guy,
that-
I'm just some random, like, oh, okay, leave.
The trope is just talk. Like, how many rom-coms are, like, started because, like, just... Oh my god, I can't believe you slept with another woman. It's like, no, it's my sister. And like, I don't want to hear it. I'm leaving. It's like...
It's like, oh, I can explain, and then they don't explain, and it's like, everything can be solved in like one line.
Well, normally what it is I don't want to hear it. And if you hear that, like, that's not a good relationship. If you can't be given, like, the chance to explain
The
yourself...
5 seconds
Is
to
that
explain
Metatron?
yourself, yeah.
Oh wait, it
That's
is.
Brewster.
It is Supernatural. Oh my god.
I also just don't want to gloss over the fact that they just casually be like, oh yeah, the last guy isn't dead. He's, like, suffering from severe brain damage, though.
Yeah. We can't also
Like-
gloss over the fact that the Turbo Man costume, it works.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, it works. Like, they actually have, like, a jetpack that works. Like, do you see that footage, like, now, 30, 40 years later? And they can hover, like, 4 foot off the ground for 30 seconds. And then
Yeah.
just this thing.
It's like, what, this film is, what, like, 30 years old?
1996, yeah.
Oh, okay, 96, yeah.
Now, the jetpack actually
I feel sorry
functions. And it's for a
I feel sorry
parade.
for those people further back who didn't get to see Turbo Man. See, he rolls out after the parade had started.
Like, it's halfway through the parade.
It might go in a circle, we don't know. Sometimes some parades do go in a big circle. Or they, like, corner off, like, a couple of blocks and they go around him. So everyone can see. Arnold, this is cool.
I always found it funny how Turbo Man also has a thick American accent, but then when he's in the parade, he definitely doesn't. And none of the kids are like,
They're
that's
not gonna
not
care
Turbo
about
Man.
Well, he has the voice modulator, doesn't he?
I thought it was just a...
They say there's a voice...
It doesn't make him have an American accent,
No,
though.
but it has, like, the same kind of tonality to it. I like how Arnold Schwarzenegger does the salute right, but the kid who's obsessed with it doesn't. Like, the kid does the wrong Turbo Man salute. God, it looks so shit. That looks like something that was made in the 90s.
I mean, like, that looks like the kind of figures that I had in the 90s, though. With that generic A pose where you, like, could slightly move each limb.
Still a problem on Christmas morning, though, when the dad hasn't got his kid a doll. I know the kid's getting a doll, But if he didn't reveal that he was in the Turbo Man outfit, they just think the Turbo Man gave the kid the doll, and the dad's still let down.
Yeah. I will say, how big is that doll?
It's massive, isn't it?
Because that's the size of Arnie's
That
torso.
music's really good. This little musical sting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they wrote like a theme song for Turbo Man. And it's like a leitmotif that plays throughout the film.
Yeah.
Now, they really went to the effort of creating like the Turbo Man mythology and then just did nothing with it.
Like the TCU going on right now.
The Turbo Man cinematic universe. I do wonder if you went back through my Arnold Schwarzenegger's filmography after this, there has to be a Turbo Man reference somewhere.
There must be.
Because I know that.
But,
oh, sorry.
I was gonna did they ever do like the Jingle All the Way 2 movie?
There could have been.
I'm gonna have a look now because like
you want to check it?
You'd think someone was gonna do like the really bad version that like tried to profit off it.
Because I do know
like
that
10 years later they tried to reboot it or something.
Yeah, because in Mortal Kombat 11, which the Terminator's in, when he fights like Kabal does say it's turbo time.
Oh, 2014.
Oh, did they make a Jingle All the Way 2 in 2014? Oh.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, what a step down.
Oh, God, that doesn't look good.
Can we review that next? Can that be our next commentary track?
This is dangerous, this flow. That bridge was so steep. Poor kid.
Imagine if he slips and ate shit.
He tries to buy what his daughter's heart's desire, a Harrison the Talking Bear toy, which also happens to be the toy of the season.
So it's just the same plot with a different, worse actor.
But the stepdad sends his spy to find out what she wants so that he can buy it instead to fulfill her dream.
It's not in it, I don't want to watch it.
I also love that as well, the almost Star Wars reference, I am your father, to Jake Lloyd. I love how much he fucking loves being a villain in this scene. Yeah.
Sinbad is excellent in this movie.
He is exactly the right amount of over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is hamming it up so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just when he lands and he's like just soaking in all of the booze like a fucking wrestling heel.
Yeah, he is a heel, isn't
Wait for
he?
Booster.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Best bit.
This is the bit, like, just the fact that all the kids start kicking him.
Even the children don't like Booster.
It's like the animatronics on that suit is pretty decent. Like, the suit has like
the articulated mouth.
It has expressions.
And they've got a rocket fist built in.
And it comes back.
And so does the Turbo Man boomerang.
The fact that no one there cares. They look lethal.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, listen, they're making sparks.
It's like, are they hitting people in the crowd as well?
Oh, they are, but they're taking them out
Just
of
children
souvenirs.
in the
showing it.
background getting like the ricochet hit.
Do a bit like when
So
Lenny gets like the
pointed.
quarter stuck in his head. The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, the Power Rangers. Just like I was taught. I kind of just punching him of like, come on, guy.
Yeah.
Put a box.
It's just that he knocks him over and like the bauble goes and sees if he's okay.
Like, just the baubles with no ability to help.
Oh. So how far do you think he should have kicked him? Look at that, he's loving it so much.
Like, and this really does pull into question, like, how far would this have to go before people do anything?
Before they realise it's not a bit.
It's just part of the choreography, yeah.
But I guess it's like, if you're dressed like that, you probably would get away. Do you know what we talked about earlier? If you dress in a certain costume, you'd get away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon if you walked around dressed like that, you probably would. I love it. He's just like, fuck's sake.
I've had enough
Do
of
I
this
really have
shit.
to keep doing this? It also feels like the little kid, like he believes way too much in Turbo Man.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Just turns into the Rocketeer.
That's what I mean, like, it works. Not well, but he actually does get, like, what, 200 foot into the air?
I mean, higher, yeah.
Love those visual effects.
And then survives this fall. Yeah, these effects are
Amazing.
fantastic.
That's almost RoboCop Dick Jones-esque.
Like, this is, you know, if it wasn't already like a fucking Looney Tune film at this point.
Oh, I forgot about how rough this bit was.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks
That don't look great.
fantastic, Karl.
It's turbo-tastic, that's what it all is.
Oh no.
Like, they could have got that doll that kid's got on a
Like,
string.
a single post dragged across screen.
Yeah, that's it. Or they just get the hang of the jetpack, still can't fly it, but no, grab your kid off that high building.
Yeah.
It's this bit that always, like, cracks me up. Like, how hard he must go into this wall. Just keep in mind, like, how much Arnold Schwarzenegger weighs, and this thing is providing enough thrust to get him that far into the sky.
Oh wow.
It
It just goes on forever, doesn't it?
It does. Like, I want to know what the fuck is fueling this thing.
Their poor Christmas.
Broken glass everywhere. It's like, how good is that? It's a costume for a fucking parade, and it protected him from that.
Well, that should be like shattering his skull.
How much did the other guy fuck it up?
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. If the other guy got brain damage, it's like...
No, he
ow.
must have really messed it up. I respect his priorities, though. I still try to grab the doll.
So I mean, I'm hanging on
for his
hanging on
life.
for dear life. Oh, the doll
Use
though.
your turbo rang.
And then, like, yeah, Arnie straight up goes to murder the dude.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of just, like, one thing in the same pose.
Protect the doll
Yeah,
at all
she's gonna
costs.
fall to his death.
As long as the doll's okay though.
He's got a working, technologically advanced boomerang that comes straight back to him as well.
Well, here's the thing that I think about right now. This technology that Arnold Schwarzenegger's Turbo Man's got is better than the stuff the Green Goblin has in the first Spider-Man movie. Do you know
Apart from skeleton bombs,
the
Karl.
Goblin glider, suit, and weaponry, save for the skeleton bomb, is worse than what Turbo Man has.
It's obviously his dad.
You'd
It's always
notice,
well.
wouldn't you?
They're like
He's
1,000.
the only person in this entire city that has this accent.
They're 1,000 foot in the air as well, and the kid's not even bothered.
Yeah. But you can always count on Turbo Man. Why would you ever drop him?
I'm pretty sure there's a bit where he
That's a hell of
takes
a
the
bit,
helmet
like-
off and everyone's shocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't know. I guess because maybe the character never takes his helmet off.
But look at it, it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger with a visor.
That's what absolutely. How does the mum not know?
Like, as you said at the start of the movie, Karl, you can literally just see his entire face.
No, that's me. Like, if he was wearing like a full Iron Man style helmet, or maybe like if he had like great Saiyan helmet, it's like covering his eyes. It was just his jawline, but you can clearly see. You can
It's the
clearly
voice
see.
as well.
You can just see it's like
It's like,
Arnie.
I don't know how much it means, but actually I do. It's like no one realizes.
It says, "Close your eyes, son. Put that cookie down." Like maybe if the visor was like more tinted, like you'd only be able to see like the bottom of his face.
Oh my god!
No way!
Oh,
I love how she looks at him like that, as if he isn't a fucking
That
bodybuilder.
turbo round's going
she's
on
impressed
with him.
like he's wearing the costume.
Well, that's not a muscle suit, that's just all Arnie.
It's just spandex.
Again, as if he's now scared of him.
I think it's more just like he's just embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
See that cop's like, I just don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah. Nobody will ever believe you.
I just think that's what it is. Of like that guy's like, I don't want to do this fucking paperwork. Like, it's Christmas. I'm not spending I'm not missing Christmas with my family to deal with this shit.
Collector's edition. They're worth loads.
He's selling that off for bail money.
Yeah. Like, give me $100.
Tried to murder him.
How does Arnold Schwarzenegger not get this moment as well?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to give this costume
He's like-
back, right?
Yeah, I'm not taking this home.
He could, though. If he flew away, how would they stop him? He's already
Oh my god, he
bulletproof.
picked him up. That's
It's just Big Show.
But imagine if he pressed the button for the jetpack right now and just all the crowd
You say that's my
burns.
dad like he's being
It's like-
kidnapped. Wait, that's my dad.
I want to go to jail for like super assault. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Like, I love how you don't even get like a proper ending, because normally you'd have like a scene of them all enjoying Christmas at home or
Yeah.
something. Just that's it.
Right.
That's the budget we had. That's the time we filled the 90 minutes.
Do you know what this is? This is a film where they don't even want to pretend. Oh, look at Big Show. How he's credited? Paul the Giant White. So that must have been his early name.
His wrestler
It's
name
before
at
he was
the
the
time,
Big Show, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those films where it's like, we don't even care about pretending that was a message to this film.
Chain smoking booster.
It's good. But it's like you said there, Luke, we got to 90 minutes, fuck it, we're done.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Vern Troyer is credited as one of the stuntmen. He's credited as the stuntman, so he must have been I guess because he's so small, he could only do stunts
His
for
own
himself.
stunt one, yeah.
Oh.
Fair play.
It's not as cynical as I remember it, I guess, because I forgot how cartoony it gets, so that cynicism kind of gets washed away a little.
Yeah, I definitely think like the first half of the movie is way more cynical.
It's almost like they only had a budget for like 5 stunts.
Well, I spent the rest of that
Like,
CGI and visual effects.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you do have to give him props to just like actually filling out this world with Turbo Man and actually selling to you that he's a legit character.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I feel it's 2 films put together. Like, the tone of like all the crazy stunts and stuff just doesn't match like the slice of life, the shit they have at home.
But then, just, I guess Arnie and Sinbad are such cartoonish people that it kind of sells it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, any last thoughts, Brad?
I'm just enjoying the music.
That copyrighted music.
Festive.
Yes.
I'm just like hovering over it, and it looks like there's a scene at the end.
Oh.
Just the credits scene.
There's not, though. That's the thing. Like, how much has Marvel ruined that for everything? Because, like, Marvel put them in everything because they can, and then every film that tries to, like, ape Marvel puts them in, but then you have, like, random films that way it doesn't make sense doing it as well.
That would be incredible if we just found out now that the Jingle All The Way was the actual first movie to have, like, the end credits.
Yeah, there's a secret end credit scene where, like, Turbo Man, like, it actually has... Sam Jackson coming in, someone talks to you about the Turbo Man initiative. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Imagine if they made a like ensemble film with all of the the fake superheroes that have been in films that were just on their own. Like I mentioned the Rocketeer earlier.
Oh God!
You got Rocketeer, you get Turbo Man. Who else could you get?
Or fake superheroes from like fake made up characters. I don't know. I feel like there has to have been some in like a Batman movie at some point. Yeah, look, it was a real reindeer. Look, it says there, look, reindeer provided by. So it was real reindeer for some of it. But
I think, there's definitely some of it where it's definitely not a real
It
reindeer.
looked like it was a camera with some
just
antlers
taking
on
the
front of
uppercut
it.
to the face.
yeah, I know what you mean though, bro. Yeah, like fake made up like toys and stuff from in the universe. But I know they exist, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Can you guys?
Parody superhero.
Yeah, or just like, in movies where they have like their own made up in universe thing. Like
the first one that comes up is Captain Underpants.
But is he like, but he's in his own universe, isn't he? It's not like this film where it's ostensibly set in our universe, but then there's a hero in it called Turbo Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicotero. So that's, I'm presuming that's going to be Greg. Yeah, Greg Nicotero right there. He's the guy who does all of the special effects for The Walking Dead.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's what when you watch movies, like when you start to learn about those people in the industry, it's like, man, they must just get in for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact you can get the guy who did like the special effects for The Walking Dead and they look that bad.
I was like watching like at the end of especially Marvel films, like how many people actually take part in doing the visual effects stuff, because there's just numerous companies and then like hundreds and hundreds of people in just one company, and there's like 10 different companies. It's just insane.
It's the one I always look out for. Is
like I don't actually think for 1996 for a relatively low budget movie that looked too bad.
You didn't until the end.
Right
up until the end.
It went on a bit too long as well. So it was more noticeable.
There was way too
so much bad visual effects that it was more noticeable.
I feel like they could have just had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad just vamping in the costumes. I feel like that would have been fine because, like you said, they're such larger than life characters anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do love looking out for those names that you recognise. Like Stan Winston Studios in the credits of like so many bad movies because they just they were hired guns and like they did shit like Jurassic Park, but then they also went and did stuff like like Piranha and all that bollocks. Like Greg Nicotero.
Movies like Piranha, they're the ones that just you take the paycheck to keep the lights running.
Yes, the quote I've heard is like that's the one you take that's like pays for your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go get the one that pays for your house.
I think we briefly mentioned this earlier, but there's a reason why Nisha and I have a fond outlook on this film, and it's the remix.
Yep. Someone did a remix on YouTube of that Put That Cookie Down Now. So that's all we think
That's
about.
what it's that scene, but remixed into a song. Put that cookie down now.
Oh.
Put that cookie down.
You see that look? Captain America
There we
mural
go.
and related merchandise with permission of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel provided that mural. That's what I mean. When you do stuff, you have to ask for permission.
Yeah.
You have to ask for permission for it to appear. Now put that cookie down. I love it.
Golden brown.
Yeah,
Turbo
Golden
Man
Brown.
theme written
Turbo
by
Man.
David Newman.
I was hoping it would come up like just the guy who did Power Rangers. I was hoping for that.
So there's a weird thing, isn't it? Like I don't know if you're all aware of the Newman family.
No?
Because it's not just like Randy Newman,
Oh, has he got like
but all of their family are all movie composers, and they've all got numerous awards and stuff.
Oh, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that as well. Ownership of this motion picture is protected by copyright. Aha, get wrecked. We can share it as much as we want. Because Fox don't exist no more, eat a dick.
What's this end credit scene going to be?
I like Lucasfilm worked on it. Lucasfilm theatre. There's not going to be a fucking film, is there? If there is, I'll eat my hat. Oh, wait. No, there is! Oh, shit! There's an end credit scene!
Yeah.
I don't.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like I hovered over it and could see it at the end. I was like, wait, there's any credit?
Yeah,
Oh, Nisha,
this was the scene I was waiting for, like, where they wrap it up at the end.
I never knew about this. I've been watching an unfinished film all these years. Oh, it's the sequel hook. It's what you're going to do for our anniversary.
All right.
That should have been the sequel.
That's actually a great ending.
That's where that
That's
gift
the
comes
thing is,
from.
that's a great ending. I didn't know that was in the film. I had no idea. Were you just all pulling my leg then?
What?
I'd legit forgot that was a scene.
I
had a
hovered
post-credit
over
scene.
I hovered over the media player, and it said, like, I scrolled to the end, and it showed like an end credit scene. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I was being serious.
I had no idea that was a thing. That's completely taken me by surprise. Because that feels like something as well, because I remember that film was probably one I watched on TV. I bet that got cut out of like every single terrestrial TV broadcast.
100%, yeah.
Because how many films do they actually show the credits for on terrestrial TV? It's like, why would you do that when we can run adverts? No one's watching it, we run adverts.
Yeah.
Also, I've posted the
I can see,
remix in the thing if you want to listen
Put
to
that cookie
it.
down. Remix, Swede Mason full versions. If anyone wants to listen to that, who's still listening to this commentary track after the film was ended, you can go Google that and find it. But yeah, thanks for just joining you, Lucas. Do we have an idea of the next film we're going to do here, guys? As a preview for the people still listening?
I feel like maybe some sort of Disney film.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to pick one then, Nisha?
Do you want me to pick right now?
If you could pick one right now. I already know which one I'm doing for us. I know the Power Rangers
Carl,
movie is
while
mine.
Nisha thinks for a second, go on then.
Yeah,
what are we doing for you?
Mine's the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers movie, which I have on DVD.
Yes, it is.
So I want to do that.
Fuck, yes, it is.
And as well, we recently did lose Tommy Oliver.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Jason David Frank. Look after yourself, everyone.
Yeah, rest in power, Rangers. So I definitely want to do that, and it's not because he died. So I'll fucking love that movie. I didn't answer my Christmas movie.
We did mention this months ago. Yeah,
I didn't mention my Christmas movie, and it is for me. It's the Power Rangers movie. It's me and my brothers would watch it at Christmas.
See, I think I've got this is one of my trifecta of Christmas films. So for me, the Christmas Eve / Christmas Day, where the serious Christmas movies come out, is this, Home Alone, and Elf.
I'm not on the Elf train. I'm also as well. I don't buy the Die Hard hype. I like Die Hard, but if you want to set it as a Christmas movie, it's fine. But I don't think it's it doesn't have as much of the feel of a Christmas movie. I contend it is a Christmas movie, but it doesn't have the feel that I want from a Christmas movie, which is the sense of warm nostalgia.
It's a good movie, and I don't necessarily associate it as a Christmas film. You can if you want. I'm not having that argument with people.
Yeah, it's set at Christmas.
It's just one of those it doesn't bring those Christmas vibes.
Yes, and some people it does. For me, not personally, but the Power Rangers movie is one of those movies for me. And for me,
Carl's argument is that Die Hard might not be much of a Christmas movie, but Power Rangers
it's what evokes that feeling for you, and it's what movie did I watch all the time at Christmas? Same thing. I don't particularly watch movies; I watch TV shows. So I'll always watch an episode of Only Fools and Horses. I say that's a very Christmassy thing for me.
Most Christmas movies that I consider to be Christmas movies for me are all the ones that my mum watched when I was young. So I mentioned the Santa Claus, that was one that came out when I was younger, but it's Santa Claus the movie was one. And then there's the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, Muppets Christmas Carol's so fucking good.
For sure, yeah.
I showed that to my girlfriend last year because she'd never seen it, and I'm like, you need to watch it. It's the only version of the the story you need. It's the definitive version of The Christmas Carol.
It's great.
Yeah, it's the definitive version.
Little tiny Tim Kermit.
It's so good.
Yeah, my apart from just like The Holiday which is one that me and my mum always watch. I always used to like watching Jack Frost, which was another trope of bad dad can't make it to his son's ice hockey game.
Yeah, Michael Keaton one.
Yeah, he becomes a snowman. But yeah, it's the whole like, dad can't make it to his son's ice hockey game, so he's like a bad dad, but he's just doing his job.
How many bad dads in fiction are just trying to provide for their really ungrateful family?
Like, obviously, like, he's not a decent guy, really, but like, again, the Santa Claus is like another bad dad Christmas movie.
Well, it is Tim Allen, so in real life he's not a decent guy.
Speaking of the Santa Claus, so they've just released a series on Disney Plus, which is a sequel to those 3 movies, set 28 years later. Literally, it came out like a few days ago, and it's Tim Allen and all of the actress who played his wife back again to they're back for a series.
Well, that's because Tim Allen needs a paycheck.
Yeah, he really does. He didn't have enough retirement money.
The Lightyear movie.
We spent it on cocaine, didn't he? Like, never forget that Tim Allen got done for trafficking. I think it was marijuana, and he sold out. Like he proper just snitched out. So when you see him on Twitter talking about how like millennials today are like all snowflakes and stuff, it's like, you bitched out and snitched on all your friends. Martha Stewart didn't snitch. Martha Stewart has got more street cred than Tim Allen.
Anyway, Nisha, do you have a film?
What do we reckon to The Emperor's New Groove?
Yes.
I've not seen it. I've I never watched any Disney movies as a kid. I think I've seen. It's for me. I think Emperor's New Groove is one thing. I like the Titanic, where I feel like I know the film without having watched it because of how popular and in the zeitgeist it was.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to watch it all the way
an
through.
hour and a half talking about like how much better it is than.
Well, I was going to suggest The Road to El Dorado because Nisha and I love that film, and Lucas needs to be educated.
Should we do a double feature?
I will admit, by the way, like I didn't know this at the time when I started dunking on El Dorado in favor of Emperor's New Groove, but the person that made El Dorado left Disney, made DreamWorks, and stole the idea of Emperor's New Groove to make El Dorado before Emperor's New Groove came out.
Was that like the whole thing like Bug's Life and Ants? Mm-hmm. Can we do that as a thing, like double features of those like twin films? Like we'll watch like A Bug's Life and be like, oh, this film was great, and then watch Ants.
And see what the fuck Woody Allen was doing.
Emperor's New Groove and...
Oh god, he is involved with that film, isn't he?
Emperor's New Groove and El Dorado the same.
Marries his own daughter, Woody Allen.
No, Emperor's New Groove and El Dorado are different concepts, though.
No, Emperor's New Groove got radically changed in development, but like the base of El Dorado was taken from the idea of the original Emperor's New Groove film.
That's strange.
Do it.
So it was basically someone salty from Disney going, "No, fuck you, I'll make my own."
But they're both great films, so it all worked out.
One of them is.
No, both of them are good.
I can't wait for this like 90 minutes of Brad just being like, shut up.
I've not even watched it. I just like to fish you two off.
Right.
Anyway, thank you all for watching, and let us know in the comments, like, what you thought of the movie and what your favorite Christmas movies are.
And also Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, for sure. For everyone that doesn't celebrate Christmas and that, just Happy Holidays, and I hope everyone has a lovely time.